Hi guys, welcome back to Inno Thinks. Do you know what movie I took for you today? I've only brought a horror thriller film that could be incredibly thrilling. The 2 is a recently released film. So suddenly a lady was sitting on a chair outside their house. Their entire face is also covered. If so, how would they feel? So, if you look at this movie, it's like that. A lady suddenly appears outside our heroine's house. Their entire face is also covered. They sitting in a chair, no one will come. So they don't know who they are. Immediately they come outside and talk and argue, and the lady didn't answer, but is coming closer and closer to the house, as if to scare them. So who is that lady? What are they going to do with our heroine's house? It's the story told in a terrifying thriller, Women in the Yard, which was released in 2025. Besides, this movie will be a truly terrifying thriller. So if you want to watch the movie, skip this video and watch the movie. That would be so great. Those who don't have time, continue the video. So before you get into the story, just leave a like. I had a wonderful dream like this in the background, voiced during the opening scene of the film. We finished building our dream house. There is a beautiful farm outside that house, along with lots of flowers, just as you expected. You, me, and all our children will be happy in that house. Life has been going very well since then. So what should we name our house now? Because the house is complete only when the name is mentioned. As soon as they say that, they show our heroine. They are very sad. They are depressed. I wonder what you're hearing in the background now. It was all the voice of a video recorder that our heroine was watching. So, it's no one else. He is the heroine's husband. They must have died in the recent accident. That's why our heroine is so depressed. Sadly, they're watching that same video on repeat, because it's the dream of 2 people to buy a house. Like this. While I was watching the video over and over again, the heroine's child came into the room and said, "Mom, come in quickly," and opened all the window screens. Why is the heroine acting like this? I need to sleep for a while longer. Look, I've lost my power. I don't know what happened. Even the heroine is getting annoyed when they say, "Okay, I'll call you soon," but the heroine can't walk. Because in the accident that just happened, her leg must have been badly injured, so they've also ruined my legs. So they start to walk with difficulty, praying, "God, give me strength for today." So the heroine has a total of 2 breasts. Didn't he come first? So he came and said, "Brother? Is there a younger sister on the other side?" So now that our heroine has been beaten up like this brother will be the one to take responsibility for everything. Even now, if you look closely, he's feeding the chicken all the rice it needs, and even taking good care of his dog. Picked up the post from next door and put it inside the house so I could put the food for the dog there, but it turned out to be empty. So he takes out the old food from the fridge and gives it to the dog. Then we can cook breakfast. Just as I was about to turn on the gas, the matchbox went empty. So what do? Won't everything be as described above in this 4 encounters? So that's why these waste things are everywhere. Go up to that room and you'll find his father's bed there. He opens it and takes out a lighter inside. So this is like his father's lighter. At the same time, our heroine also comes and checks hers. She sees that it is clean, not charged. Is there no current now, or is it? So what is he doing? Starts cooking for this side brother's song. Even this little girl is the one who picked up a knife to help. Our heroine arrived at that exact time. What are you doing? Put the knife down. They come and cut it up and give you some of that cheese, just like I made it for you. They give it to their brother and they catch him and scold him. Is this how you treat your sister? If she had a knife in her hand, what would be the strap on top? Even though I scolded him like that, my brother didn't seem to notice. Said, "Come on, let's eat," and took his food and left. So everyone is getting ready to eat, and he asks, "Did you call the power like this?" and say, "No, I won't call you again," and so on. And the brother becomes tense. Why are you doing this? So when will the power come back? He started shouting like that. Stay with the heroine and be quiet for a while. Can't you just stop playing video games for a while? Okay, that's what you asked for. Okay, so what's in the fridge? It's probably going to go bad too. So if we don't open it and leave it in the fridge, it'll stay good for a while. It's saying that the heroine comes and starts eating. When Cho ate like that, it was so bad that she didn't agree with it. And when she asked, "What is this? What is that?" She said, "Oh, it was like that. I cooked it." And it was very difficult for our heroine to say that, because her food seems to be getting empty, little by little. So, okay, I'll add you to the list. Just as she was saying that, her dog came and started vomiting. So what happened to the heroine when she saw this? Why is it making her vomit? You didn't give me that meal, did you? What? No, that one is empty too. That's why I left the food. Yesterday? What are you doing now? Okay, I'll add that to the list too. If the heroine says that, she will take the dog outside and say that she is going to put it in the cage. And if you say that it is okay, then you will see that brother will take the dog outside and put it in the cage. Then the heroine comes and sees all the posts she had received. So whether she's depressed or not, There have been a lot of photos to comfort her. When So was feeling mentally troubled by all that, she started to have a vision. Maybe a light flashed and she had an accident. Or maybe it was just that time. My brother-in-law Dekan came and said that some lady was in our yard. The heroine doesn't understand anything when she says that they're just staring at her house. They keep saying, "What's this?" Some kind of doll sitting in front of our house. If you see it, put it on over a black dress. The lady was staring at this house, sitting in a chair. They've also covered full face. So will this guy come and die after seeing this? Who is this? Why do you have to come here and beg? When I think about it, that little girl comes and scares me. When someone asks if that's the case, I don't know. Maybe they've gotten lost. So maybe that's why she's sitting there. Even then, her brother doesn't just sit there and scares her. She might even be dead, so she's scared to come and tell me. Why did you immediately scold the heroine's brother and scare him like this? Okay, you stay here and watch them. I'll go and ask what's going on, saying that our heroine slowly leaves the house and goes outside. So, she can't walk, can she? Even so, they are walking with difficulty. So they told the dog to be quiet and slowly called the lady to their side. Who are you? What do you want? Are you lost? Do you need any help? Just call me that and go. But if they come and see you, they won't give you any answers. So it seems like they're letting our heroine come near anymore. That's why I'm calling you, whoever our heroine is. A voice asked, "How did I get here?" And then said, "Don't listen to me." It seems like that lady is talking too. How do I know the heroine just by hearing this? I was going to ask you that. So I just asked if there was something wrong with you. But what is that lady asking? What is your name?
Ow!
Just then, our heroine came and asked, "Is my name Ramona?" When I asked if she was Ramona, what Ramona was, she was just Ramona. Are you asking about this? When asked who you are, is this your house? That's what the lady is asking. So something is wrong with our heroine. My husband came right away and went outside for a bit. Your husband won't come just to say he'll be back in a little while. They say that, and look at the side. If you look, the truck that caused the accident will be standing there. Not only that, but looking at the heroine, you are very lucky. But the heroine felt very tense when she said things like, "Your husband is not lucky. I'm a little scared." Please, please, the lady immediately said, "Or else I'll call the police." Today was that day. I have come. What did you call me? Say that. And look at the other side of that guy's hand. You're terrified. Our heroine. They are leaving from there in a hurry. That's when they go and see all the chickens on the side. If you look, it's all dead. So wherever they're going to the car next to them, because I go there to charge it. But even then, if you look closely, it won't charge. So they immediately put on the key and turn it on. The car won't start either. The older brother saw this and said, "What is mom doing? My little sister is scared of me?" The lady looked at him and said, "Okay, you're not scared, I'm here." As soon as he saw it, he felt something was wrong. Has the dog killed someone else? The lady saw this and immediately raised her hand. If you look, can you see any shadows next to that dog? The next second, the dog comes and looks at you, and it becomes quiet. Our heroine is feeling anxious here. Immediately came and tried to turn it on. The car won't just turn on. So my brother, who saw all this, seemed to have some kind of problem, and I wondered who this lady was. Just as I was about to go outside, my anger flared up. Our heroine arrived, said, "Go wherever you want to go," and locked all the stories. What's wrong, Mom? Why did you go to the car while I was getting a flashlight? Because we don't need power, nothing else? Okay, who said that lady something like that to her? It's like she came from somewhere and got lost. I think she's a nurse. What is it, nurse? Yes, it looks like they're taking some kind of medication. It's like they came and sat here. They're very confused, that's why. My sister was scared and I don't know why she's dressed like that. Okay, let's not talk about that at all. I'm calling you, sister, to come and get you some ice cream, but my brother here is suspicious of all this. He thinks that mom won't tell us the truth. Not only that, but even looking at this lady makes me a little sweaty, so I'll go and get my dad's cheek after seeing the heroine. They scold us for all the discipline we need, like go inside the house, sit in your room. You think our heroine can handle this easily? Even so, if you saw this side, brother, he would have been watching the lady through the window after he came to his room to make sure that no problems would come to our family. If you see our heroine here, she will come to her brother's house in a short time and see that all the rooms are closed. Why are you worried? It's nothing. They must be confused about something. I was trying to calm her down by saying that she would be leaving in a while. This little girl would come and say, "Mom, that lady came a while ago." So the heroine is shocked and comes to see them. It turns out that the lady had actually arrived a while ago. And now, whatever he does with that lady, her shadows are there. It's just walking next to that broken down car. If you look at the car, it's really low. At the same time, this side is interested in our heroine and has come to check her wound. Will that little girl be there or not? Whatever he's doing, I'm practicing writing his name correctly. The brother sat on the chair and fell asleep. Then our heroine comes back to check on the lady and sees that she still doesn't seem to be going. At the same time, isn't that dog there? It doesn't make a rattling sound. Where has the dog gone saying that? If we open the door on our heroine's side, we'll see the dog chain halfway through. So where did it go? They call out the names of those people in fear and quickly pull the chain. But after a while, the chain comes out from under the ground. So from this, we know that the lady took the dog underground. Our heroine here is scared when she sees this. As quickly went inside the house, this side also rolled its eyes at the same time. Its eyes and looks at that lady. At the same time, our heroine also takes this knife in her hand and prepares to wield it. So, what does your brother say after seeing all this? Oh, look here, there's a neighbor's house a little further away. Can we go there? You can go there and call the police. Why don't we have a mobile phone? But heroine, look here. I can't even drive a car, so there won't be any problems here. You dare to say that? But don't worry about what your brother says. Mom, look over there. I know how to drive a car. Because my father told me to say that. If I say no, it's no. But don't talk about it anymore. You are not old. Yes. They strictly say that you shouldn't even make a mistake. Immediately, the brother said, okay, let it go. There's a farm next door, but it's a little further away. The heroine came and said, I'll call you when I walk to that place. She became tense. Can't you stay calm? Just scold me like that? So, my brother's really tense here? What is this? He's playing with a ball in the nearby wall, thinking, if it's for our good, my mother will talk like this. So that's a bit irritating for our heroine. So they're so angry that they just brandish the knife. Oh, what are you going to do? Just as I was thinking, came and interrupted me. Didn't he listen to my words? He scolded me and left. Then they also threw the milk outside. Not only did they throw it outside, but they seem very angry now. At what this little girl is writing, and she got a spelling mistake and wrote it down. Is that why you can't write properly? They catch her and scold her for that. Only then does the heroine understand. Oh my God, did we scold our cows too much? So sad. Why don't you apologize to her daughter and not talk like that anymore? Okay, they're hugging that little girl by saying that. After doing that, if you look at the mirror next to you, you'll see their reflection in it, right? Then they bring out the knife and stab the little girl. If you look closely, you'll see that instead of a little girl, there's only a pillow in their hand. So, my brother comes here and watches. He was a little shocked when he saw it, but his younger sister came and screamed terribly. So, both of them immediately went inside and watched nervously. What if her leg was hit? There's blood coming out of it, as if someone stepped on it. Immediately, Mom asked me why I came to the kitchen alone. I told you not to say anything, so I called the little girl and went to do the first aid. If you see your brother at this time, he will see you outside again. It looks like that lady came a little earlier to home. Seeing this, the elder brother comes and gets tensed, saying that if he is patient from now on, he will not be able to work, and so he takes a stick and goes outside. It's only when So goes outside that a painting inside the house catches my eye. That is, the painting drawn by our heroine. In that painting, it looks like a lady is being painted, but they're covering up the lady who's just come out, aren't they? So, there's a similar way to make a cover. If you look at our brother here, he's the one who came out looking for the dog. But you can see dogs everywhere. In return, there is blood there. That's the blood of those chickens. So the guy got scared after seeing this and ran to the car as fast as he could. He checked to see if the lady was still there, got back in the car, and tried to start it. But the car won't start. Then he checks to see if the lady is there. Again, if you see, you will see that lady. He is terrified. Not only that, but he hears a noise that sounds like someone is coming from outside. If you look to the side and see who's coming, you'll see a car coming from the side and have an accident, right? Those guys would have come and covered it. Up, a shadow appears above it. If you know the shade, just leave it as is. There was terrible damage to that car. While he was watching this, something nearby fell. Who was so scared followed behind and looked in the mirror. Look, a ghost is coming. He turns around to see who it is. There's no one there, but I can only see a shadow that looks like someone is coming from outside. Okay. Don't be so impatient after this. If they come to beat us up because they have to, it's just our heroine, Miss Lamb, who is being scolded. So the glass breaks. They scold our heroine and scold her. Don't you all know what's going on? When I scolded him like that, he got angry and came inside. As soon as So comes in, he grabs his mother and scolds her. You lied to me. He said nothing would happen outside. Outside? Where is our dog? Where is our chicken? Why won't the car start? Did you lie to me about everything? Back then? While you're shouting aggressively like that, our heroine says, look, I'm just trying to protect you. But when he said that, his brother got very angry and came to his sister's daughter and said, look, we can't trust our mother. From now on, we have to take care of ourselves. Why is our heroine so angry that she throws all this away, saying that our mother is on medication? However, throw whatever you want. I said I was going to my father's room and quickly came to the room and locked it. So, he locks himself in and searches his father's room. Look, there's a safe there. So, it looks like there's a gun inside. Here, our heroine is also trying to open the door, but he won't open the door. At the same time, the little girl was watching the lady, wondering what she was doing. Our heroine is going to go to that room with a hammer, just like she's going to go to that room with a hammer. But as she was leaving, her foot slipped. So, just fall down. I'll go see what my sister-in-law is doing right away. At that time, she didn't notice that the lady who was sitting outside had arrived a little earlier. If you look at this guy on this side, he'll come into the room and take that gun. There is only one bullet. So what did the person who came out from there do after getting it ready? He locked the door and told his sister-in-law, "Look, Mom, do I open it? He'll wait for you." Saying that, he quickly takes the gun and goes outside. The guy who went outside looked at the lady and pointed at her and said, "You have to leave our place by 10. Otherwise, I will shoot you." He starts to think like that, 1 or 2. But when they got more than halfway, the lady slowly started to move forward, without any fear. If you were watching this too, you would have come here with a countdown timer. Don't think I'm playing. I'll make you a suit. Just as they were about to pull the trigger, the lady took a screenshot of their threesome. When you look at her, she doesn't look like an old lady. They're a little far away. At the same time, this is how our heroine will no longer be a mother to her daughter. This little girl didn't come to open the door when I told her to. At the same time, this lady is there. No matter what they do, they just raise their hands. That shadow is coming and dying. Just shake it there and it starts to dance, hanging there. He gets scared. Not only that, but what is that lady saying? Did you think that everything your mother told you was true? That accident happened? But that's not true. Tell this lady that. At the same time, if you saw me as your brother, would you be angry and lie to me, Mom? Tell the truth. What happened? To the mother, you told me how your mother had an accident. There was some kind of road and it was muddy. You said that the only reason he hit this was because of Spaga. But tell me the truth, that's not true. I should know that by now, so I started shouting. So our heroine is feeling very sad. However, he is only now starting to tell the truth. In reality, our heroine and her husband would have gone for a romantic dinner. Dinner must have gone well. It wasn't told us about our heroine's house. This house is actually not there now. It's as if they've just moved into that house. But our heroine wouldn't have liked it. But whatever her husband says, look, everything is happy when she comes to this house. The children are happy. I am happy. I'm not saying you should be happy. I'm not happy in this house. I have to do everything here. It would be nice to be in So City. If I say that, but what does my husband say? He'll come here right now, and our house will be a shift. It's not like I'm saying it'll take some time, but I can't wait until then. They would have said angrily, "I'm leaving now." His husband must have said as much. "Let's both come together and solve this. You should have said to be a little more patient." But they would have angrily said, "I don't know if I can manage this if the heroine is not here," and taken the car keys and left. So the husband always drives. What? But now that our heroine has passed away, she's tired of driving a car in Goa. Even when driving in Goa, the mountains are terrifying. That place would also have been Faga. At that time, the heroine would have looked back and seen a figure. I'm just looking at it like that, so I don't pay attention to the car. That's why they clash with the one who came from the opposite side. So that's why the husband came and died. So our heroine is also depressed because of this guilt. So, even though you're crying all this time, your father has always been good to us. Okay. But they're crying and saying it, feeling like I'm the only one who can understand it. If you've seen some shadows outside, it's like you've heard this. Then it slowly starts coming towards their house. If you saw that girl inside the house, wouldn't you say that the heroine came and threw a ball outside? If you saw her making some noise from the side, will it come back and fall? Immediately picked it up and was staring at it when everything in the room started shaking, as if a shadow had entered the room. If she turned around and looked up, she would see that shadow in the form of a terrifying ghost. They are the ones who get scared and scream. Hearing this noise, the heroine and her brother quickly arrived at the scene. But if you look at that shadow, will it push away all the objects there? Frightened people are trying to get out quickly, but it closes all the doors. Not only that, but whether that knife is there or not, it will come to stab them. But the guy inside came and closed the screen, so as soon as it got dark, the knife came and fell down. That means it was controlled by the shadow. Isn't the shadow fallen down now? So whoever sees this should get out of here as soon as possible. Everyone starts running towards the top floor in fear, saying, "Let's go upstairs." If you had only come upstairs, you would have seen that shadow coming from behind, grabbing the little girl's leg and dragging her away, whatever they did. Immediately, they took something like a painting and covered up the light, but she somehow left. Cho somehow escaped. But these people are terrified. When will that shadow come? When you're at the peak of your fear, not knowing when they'll attack you, you start to become a knight. Look how Cho is doing. Haven't they already taken their lives in their hands and disappeared? There's no electricity in this house. And at night, that shadow comes and tries to open the door downstairs. Beyond that, everything in the room they are in is starting to dance. So when he saw something dark in the corner of his eye, his brother immediately turned on the light and looked to see if there's a chair in that place. So this chair is the chair that the lady was looking for. Look how Cho is doing. While I was staring at it in shock, suddenly my mother saw that shadow behind me. The frightened brother and sister ran to the side, wondering what our heroine was doing, and they took a bat and tried to hit her. But in the end, this mother fell down. Immediately, my sister turned on the light and saw that the lady was there, and it was painful to come into their room. They slowly approached her and followed her mother, as if they were trapped in her shadow. They were just trying to get out. But I can't come. So I'm your mother, the one who doesn't care about that lady or that little girl. I won't make you suffer. They would come slowly and grab the girl just like that. So while the brother is scared of all this, that lady comes and disappears with the little girl. So that's when he makes sense. I immediately looked for my mother, and she had arrived at the correct side. When the two of them looked together, they saw that the torch had been lit in the downstairs room. They both quickly went downstairs, thinking they had to go quickly and somehow save their sister. At some point, you'll have to stay here and watch this, brother. Soon as I say I'll take it, my brother gives the lighter to my mother. So when I turned on the lighter, it looked like a small room. So there is a straight path in that room. They start walking towards that room out of fear, not understanding where this path leads or what room it is. When I looked inside that room, I saw that her husband had come and was lying down. Not only that, but they would have asked for one thing during the video recording at the start, right? That Dialuch came, and now he's starting to talk. This is how I decorated the house. So from now on, it might be our happiness. But then, even then, the heroine will be completely willing to come, right? That's why they come straight and lie down next to her. It's only when he's talking a lot of dialect that something strikes her when she sees his tattoo. Immediately, when she tries to say, "This isn't true," and then leaves, he immediately starts strangling the heroine with his 3/4 of a cloth. You screamed and rolled your eyes. Let it go. Look, is this woman outside that house? That's why that strange lady is there, isn't she? She's wearing her sari now, and it's like she's covering her breasts. In the starting scene, she's coming outside to ask our heroine who she is, isn't she? She's coming in the opposite direction, asking her. It seems like she's watching all that from inside. Eva, who was so shocked, slowly took off her clothes and looked at her. Eva came to her room on the roof and closed her eyes. Now what's next? That lady must have been talking to that little girl, right? I'm your mother. It's like I won't hurt you if you're not afraid. In the same way, our heroine is now talking to that little girl. It seems like Cho has arrived at that place. He immediately lifted the little girl in his arms and, blinking, saw that she was in that bedroom. So right after the brother arrived, he immediately gave the younger brother his hand and told him to get out of here quickly, and then he sent him away, taking the gun and leaving it in the dark. I pointed towards that place. The lady came out from inside it. Be respectful and respectful. Otherwise, I will make your head a suit. Then, look here, I'll help you. Not only that, but the heroine didn't understand anything when he said, "You've been waiting all day for the gun to come into your hands like this. Respect the order and leave here, or I'll blow your head off. That's what I'm waiting for. What do you believe? You should definitely do that." Then I asked him why he had come here. "I came to help you." She doesn't understand anything. When you say things like you asked me, that's when they show us. Our heroine would have said, "Give me strength," when she woke up in the morning, wouldn't she? Not only that, but he must have also looked at the safe. That's why there's a gun inside it. He must have seen that too. It would have taken out all the bullets inside it and left only one bullet in it. So looking at all this, it seems like our heroine was thinking this way just to commit suicide out of depression. So this lady said all that, and I was so excited that you said something every morning that I need strength like a bottle. Why are you walking around like that? No, I told you to take strength because you need to feel good enough to commit suicide. That's what I came for. I am no one else. It's just a part of your mind. Just then, the heroine arrives and starts to panic. I have children. I want to watch them. I don't want those scary parts inside my skull to scream. Today's the day. The heroine's mind changes like a brick to say that today's the day is the day. I told her. She's just starting to feel really bad. As soon as I said my children are like that, the lady immediately had a lighter in her hand. Fire it up and enjoy. If you look at it, there are all these photos of her children growing up nicely. This lady seems to be trying to convince you that your children will grow up well without you. So our heroine should also be calm. Immediately, the lady comes over to our heroine and starts kissing her. Our heroine says she wants to say goodbye to the non-final, and whatever she does, she quickly comes downstairs. There will be 2 children at the bottom. You gave them a torch and told them that you had a farm nearby? Oh, get there and leave. Quickly, take your sister and go, Mom said, and then she asked if you were coming. I have an important job. I will come, you my dear. Went and bought it. And immediately this little girl came over and gave her a toy, saying, Mom, you definitely have to come. What? And then walked away. If our heroine sends them away and hides them, they will come back into the house. When you get home, is that chair there? Come and sit on that chair. That lady is coming from the side. Come and put your cheek next to our heroine's head. So is today the day that the heroine has in mind? I think so. You don't care about anything, Ramona. Everything's for the best. You're going to pull the trigger, saying you can't live like this in the guild all day long. Our heroine is going to be stressed. That's when he looked at the doll his daughter had given him and tried to control her somehow. Just like that, the chain is cut. The next thing to cut to is whether our heroine is still alive. Calling her daughter and son, she shouted and told them to leave the house. So, they must have gone a little far by now. They came running and said, Mom, you're here. If you're not going anywhere, I'll won't go anywhere either. Do you know anything else? I changed all my scary parts. They said that if that lady came again, she wouldn't come today. So they called her son and daughter and left. As I go, a house comes up. If you look closely, the lights came on when they arrived. Don't worry if the little baby starts screaming, as if he's having an eye injury. From now on, you can play games for a long time. That's what this mother said. And when she went inside, if you look closely, the dog will also come. They immediately grab it and go straight into the house. That's when I noticed a painting inside this house with a name like Ramon written on it. So actually this is our heroine's house. Not only that, but that lady was there or not. There was no one else like that lady. It's our heroine's mind.
Owie.
So, our heroine was fighting all this against them. Not only that, but those little children would have been as lustful as that big lady attacking them, wouldn't she?
Yes.
She must have imagined it was all this, like it. Was her child being attacked? So everything is just another part of her. It's as if after surviving that accident, she had a lot of guilt and became very depressed and decided to die like this. That's why Daly would have said that God gave me strength no matter what. Not for walking, not for committing suicide. That's why they're acting like what was in her mind at the end is now coming out and happening like this. That means our heroine is struggling with her own mind. But the director didn't come and tell this in the story. They're saying it as if we understand it ourselves. So don't forget to comment below what you think. But if you watch this movie, it will be a terrifying thriller. If you have time, check out the movie. It's a great thriller that will keep you hooked. So, if you like this type of horror film, don't forget to comment below. I will often bring you a horror film. Stay safe. Keep everything you love very, very safe.
Goodbye.